Hi, excuse me. Cindy Fodor here with Stamp the Love, and I'm excited to bring you another edition of our celebration countdown to the end of the second celebration. We have exactly 7 days left to take advantage, and so tonight I'm going to be showing you the gorgeous, it's called the Delicate Dahlia stamp set, and I'm going to be showing you some ideas with that. And this particular stamp set is free with a $100 purchase. And I'm not sure why, except that once you see it, you'll be like, oh, I don't know. It's just more intricate than most photopolymer stamps are. Just incredibly gorgeous. So before I start, though, I do want to mention that I sent an email out to everybody on my list about a fundraiser that I'm doing for World Card Making Day, which is coming up on October 2nd. Time is of the essence because if you want to be part of that, you have to hurry and place your order for one of the kits because we're going to have a Zoom event 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, the 2nd. And we're going to put our kits together and have some door prizes and some fun stuff to celebrate what I do, which is card making. So excited about that, raising some money for some good organizations. You get to choose what charity you want me to give my proceeds to. So all of my income goes towards any of those charities that you choose. If you didn't get my email and you would like to get that, just leave me a comment or something and I will make sure that you get that information. So. All right, so let's flip over here, and this is going to be fairly quick, maybe not quite as quick as it was last night, but I'll try to work fast, so I'm not holding you up. I just want to show you some great ideas. If you want to go back and copy them, you can just hit pause, and yeah. All right, flipping over to my other camera. So Delicate Dahlias, free with a $100 order. And this is the stamp set, which you have seen before, I'm sure, if you've seen any of my videos. I've used it several times on video and in classes. It is just stunningly gorgeous, and I couldn't let this opportunity pass without showing you more fun ideas. So let me flip through some ideas first, and then I'm going to show you a card and how it goes together. A couple of these first ones you may have seen before. I posted them. This is using some of our tasteful background paper textures, and then two of the flowers, and one is, I believe, Poppy Parade, and the other one is Crushed Curry, with the wood background also from the textured, the tasteful textures or something like that. This one, I just love this one. I cased this one from somebody too. So it's got our gold flowers that I took from another die set and some of our gold lame ribbon, which is unfortunately not available right now. It is coming back soon. The color here is Flirty Flamingo, and this color doesn't get enough love. This color is gorgeous. I forgot to check to make sure that I'm coming through okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure, because if I'm not, it's worthless to keep talking, right? Okay, let's see here. I always do that. I mean, I always do it, so why did I forget tonight? I don't know. Okay, and there's sound. Good. Okay. And this I embossed in gold, and then I just sponged the color in rather than stamping that one. I'll just bring it up a little bit so you can see it. And there's some a piece of vellum that I ran through it with an embossing folder. It gave a really pretty design on there. This one I demoed, I think, for my team, and I just put Post-it notes along the sides, sponged it in with my blending brushes in 3 colors and sort of just, or 2 colors actually. And then you pull up the Post-it notes and stamp, and boom, you're done. A really pretty card, very simple. So you'll see some of these are really simple, some are a little more involved. This one was very simple, just stamping the solid one here and the outline one on the outside. My light's a little bright. Let me turn that a little bit so that you can see it good. This one, I think we did for a class, embossed in silver. And then we stamped the solid design in there for both the flower and the leaf. This one is one we did it in class. It looks like it got smudged. This was using some things that, again, aren't available right now. Our Blackberry Beauty paper, our Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack, which is what a lot of these little accents are from. Like I said, they will be back very, very soon, hopefully. But the flowers here are from, and the leaves are from the set we're highlighting tonight. And then this is one that I just cased today. Really, really simple. Look at that. Like, stamped it solid here, here, and here, and added some of that paper I showed you last night. That is one of the celebration papers. And it's called Beautifully Penned, I believe. I've got a fly in here. And then this is another one that I did this evening. And I embossed this in white on Balmy Blue. So the same color as here. And then I stamped this solid stamp over top of the embossing. And you can see it fills in very nicely. I did come in with my Balmy Blue, the dark Balmy Blue, and added a little extra shading. I want it just a little bit darker, so I didn't do a lot, just a little bit of shading there. And I tucked some ribbon under there. I love this ribbon, and it's very narrow, so I wanted a little bit extra here. I did emboss a leaf from Forever Fern in the background, and then I did emboss here, and I ran a little bit. Oh, I stamped the leaves first, ran it through the embossing folder, and then I sponged some color because I really wanted the embossing to pop out there so that you could see it. So I ran a sponge over that with some blue ink. So, and again, here's some paper from the celebration paper, Beautifully Penned. It's all black, gray, and white. Okay, so the final one that I want to show you, I'm going to bring in another stamp set. And that's the Jar of Flowers. I have not touched this in way, way too long, let me just say. So I'm just using the jar. So I'm going to pull that out and pop that on my block here. I have the largest scallop from Stitch So Sweetly. And I'm going to stamp my jar in black. And let me grab my mat, which fell down here. Grab my stamping mat here so I don't hopefully mess it up. And I'm just going to stamp that in the corner. All right. I'm going to, whoops, I got some ink on there. I'm going to just leave that open for a second because I might do some more stamping. Well, I did most of it. I'm going to tell you, I wanted to just show you how quick and easy it is to stamp this in case you have not seen it before. So let me just pull these stamps out really quick. I don't know if I have, I'm going to pull both. You'll see on this side we have all of the outlines and some words. Everything's sticking together here. Let me just straighten it out. So you've got your outline stamps here. And then on this side, you've got your solid fill-in stamps. So I'm going to need both of those. And I'm just going to stamp it right on here. This isn't going to show. So I'm going to ink my outline one with black memento. And I'm just going to stamp that right here. And then I'm going to come in with my polished pink, which is the colors I'm using for this card. And I'm going to ink the solid stamp up. And you do need, this stamp is large, so this is D, and it's just a little too small. So I'm going to be using E for this. Both of these stamps need E. So I ink this up, and I will tell you, you see all the bubbles on there? Maybe you can see it. You See how that bubbled up? I don't like that. So I'm going to just stamp that off on my scrap paper here. I'm going to show you what I do. And I did this earlier. I think I did it to this color. This stamp, if you stamp it on your scrap paper first and you don't get a perfect image and able to see all the detail, then you probably have too much ink on your pad. So if you just take a firm surface, even the edge of a piece of cardstock will help. And I'm just pulling this color to the edge a little bit, getting it out of the way so that it doesn't put so much ink on my stamp. Now I'm going to bring this right in the center here and ink it. Now I'm just going to look for a road map, something that looks that stands out as different, and I will try to line that up, and I think I found it right here. And now I'm just going to look down through the stamp, and even though mine is stained, I can still see down through it enough to get it basically where I need to go. And don't forget to hold it down for a few seconds. Give it time for that ink to jump off of the stamp onto the paper, and voila, a perfect stamp. Just look at that beautiful detail in the stamp. Again, this stamp set is very, very popular. I have not seen a stamp that gives you the wow in a long time that this one does. I'm looking for my cleaning pad. There it is. I do like to get paint cleaned off right away just because it stains so much. But all right, now I'm not using this. I'm going to cover that up. But I was going to see if you could help me choose. I can't decide if I want to use black, because this is going to go in here. Let me just show you, like, this is what it's going to look like. Or do I want basic gray? Choices. Well, I tell you, I already used I already used black on my sample. So I'm going to use basic gray, and we'll see. We'll compare at the end which one we like best. Now, I would really like if this had some embossing on it or something. I might just take this little leaf, and of course I don't have a small block, so I will have to just be careful. Yeah, I don't know that I want it in black though, and I don't have gray in here. I was going to add a few leaves on the outside. Maybe I will just add a couple. Oops, it's upside down. And it's always best to work on a flat surface if you can, and not a folded card. So you can see that I really could use a smaller block and be able to hang on to this a little bit better. Okay, there's a couple leaves. That will help. That helps a lot. Okay, so I've got my flower. Let's put this back over here. I've got my jar, and my flower's just going to sort of fall. You know how these dahlias are. They're really heavy, and so they do want to sometimes hang down. So it's going to just hang out of the jar there a little bit. I have a leaf that I already stamped in black and granny apple green. And I probably tuck that under here. And then I have a little flower that, wouldn't it look cute if that bud fell off and laid there on the floor or on the counter, wherever your flower's laying. And I see I didn't line up my edges of my white. I cut it at 11 by 4 1/4. And so I did score it, but it's not very good. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to do with this card is I wanted to add a little extra dimension. I think this is really pretty as is. And we can add a bow to that, but I wanted to add a little extra dimension. And I will tell you that this flower isn't extremely easy to cut out another layer. And that is because it's drawn so naturally and so irregularly that there's not a perfect place to just go the whole way around and cut. And I wanted to show you these. I stamped this little leaf here. I stamped 2 together and cut those out in little sections just to add. And I had another one here, but I may have lost it in transit. So anyways, I just freehand it and I just wing it. So I'm going to just come in here in the center and get rid of some of those outer layers. And sometimes on this design, like I said, there's not like an exact place to go. Sometimes you may have to just sort of fudge it and make a leaf here or there. I'll show you on my sample how I did my other one. This one I'm cutting a little closer to the center. Hopefully it won't be hard to. And let's see, do I want to go up there or do I want to come down here? Because see, that thing, that little petal there sort of blocks the whole way. So I think I'm going to come up around here. Oops. And you can see I'm not being terribly fussy about my fussy cutting. And I'm going to bring this down, back down, because like I said, I want to stay close to the center. I seem to always have a fly that comes in this room with me. Or maybe he lives here. Go away. We don't want to see you. Alright, so I'm sorry, this fussy cutting does take a little extra long, but I think that I'm going to get rid of that big one there and just come down in here. Alright, you are being really annoying. Of course I didn't bring a fly swatter. Again, trying to get back to the center so that I'm not, so that I don't have all those big leaves or petals to contend with. And when I'm finished, you will see how very irregular it is, okay? It's not a nice little rounded flower like this dahlia is, but I'm going to pop it up with dimensionals, and because it's going to be laying on the exact pattern behind it, it's going to look really cute. So let me put these on, and I'm just going to find the petal that looks like it and put that on there. And you know, if you're looking straight down at it, you won't notice it, but I think you can see a little bit of the shadow behind it, that it just gives that extra nice little little look. And then this little guy is going to get a dimensional as well. And on my sample, I even cut out another one of these, and I will tell you, I'm not going to take time to do that right now, but I'll tell you what I did is I took this, I cut this one out outside of the edge, and for the layered one, I cut it inside of the edge so that I got rid of all the black on the very outside, and I popped it up, and I'll show you on the sample in a second. Okay, last but not least, I just want to tie a bow with our narrow, what's it called? Whisper White. It's like an organdy ribbon. And I'm going to just fold it in half because it's so narrow and this flower is so large that I feel like it needed something a little more than just a narrow little piece of ribbon. So it's a little hard to tie 2 at a time, but take your time. Start over if you have to, right? I really want to keep those 2 pieces together, but they don't want to stay together. Go together there. Okay, there we go. All right. And let me get some ribbon scissors here. And we'll just trim that up a bit. And pop that right here. I'm just going to stick it right underneath those bigger petals, like so. And I don't have everything glued down. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but I hope that you like that idea. And I will just show you through the magic of TV. Let me scoot this out of the way. And here is the finished one. I wanted to put a saying here, but we only have 3 sayings in this set, 4. None of them fit. And so I just took my black marker, the Stampin' Write marker, and just colored over that and stamped just that. It's not perfect, but that's the one I used. So here you can see where I cut out that other flower. Okay, so I just got rid of the lines, and let me just turn it sideways so that you can see how those layers go together, and then I matched up the layers. Okay, so here's the vote. Okay, here back to these 2. Remember I asked you at the beginning, should I use black or should I use basic gray? I would like to know which you like best, the gray background or the black one. I think I know what you'll choose, but I don't know. I think we all have different tastes. So yeah, so I'd love to hear which one is your favorite. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. Don't forget, right up here is the host code that you can use if you'd like to place an order and earn one of these free celebration items before the end of the month. Also, you can, I am giving a free embellishment away when you place an order of $50 or more. Or you can ask me about my fundraiser, which goes to October 2nd. However, if you want to use your things to stamp on October 2nd, you can't wait that long to order. But the fundraiser will go to October 2nd. And so if you want to wait until October to do the fundraiser, that's perfectly fine. I want to give as much time to raise as much money as we can for really good charities. So, all right. Thanks for joining me. Take care. God bless.